Shalom, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Tsama Nafshi. We've got our 5-minute slot here on the do's and don'ts of learning on Tisha. Right? So assuming that Tisha is going to be a fast day, that means we're not going to be able to learn either. So as we said last time, the Macabre mentioned several things which you can't learn and some things you can learn. So take a look at the last video if you haven't caught up with us already. And I'm going to continue on to make some suggestions that we have to realize that there's an obligation to learn on Tisha B'Av, just like there's a very strong obligation to learn every day, and especially on Tisha B'Av because it's a day to do tshuva. One of the things that's discussed is whether or not a person can learn Musar on Tisha B'Av. So it's very crucial, since there is a discussion in the poskim, yes or no. It depends basically how you look at your approach to Musar. Some people, when they approach Musar, they get depressed. Like in Yiddish, we say tzabrochim. It breaks them. And other people, they get happy when they learn Musar. What's the point? A person can be tzabrochim, get depressed over learning Musar because he realizes how sad his state is, right? How far he is from the perfection we're trying to achieve in our HaKodesh Hashem and our doing mitzvahs and our learning Torah. So he learns Musar. It puts him on a down move. It's not a happy thing at all for him to realize all these things which he should be trying to do his very best at. And therefore, if this person is going to be sad about those things, so that's very in keeping with the mood and the intention of Tisha B'Av, that you want to be sad over the historical events that happened on Tisha B'Av, mainly the Korban Abayis, and you also want to be in a state of mourning over our own sad state. If our sad state is that you are not really fulfilling your duty to HaKodesh Baruch Hu, and the same causes that destroyed the Beis HaMikdash, primarily the second Beis HaMikdash that is Sinas Chinim, if you're still involved with that some way, great or little, in our hearts, in our behavior, in our thoughts. So we have a long way to go to rebuilding the Beis HaMikdash. And as the Yerushalyim explains, any generation that the Beis HaMikdash has not been rebuilt in, it's as if they destroyed it themselves, because we're all responsible for the causes, and we have not corrected the basic cause, in which case that's Sinas Chinim for our second Beis HaMikdash. So there must be Sinas Chinim amongst us as well now, and we can do a lot to protect ourselves from the onish, the punishments that will be awaiting for us, just like those generations that lived actually through the Korban. So we're going to have to give a din v'cheshbon. We're going to have to give a reckoning why the Beis HaMikdash was not rebuilt in our days. So if you learn Musar, and that encourages you to try and improve and eliminate these midos which are detrimental to yourself and to other people and to the situation of Klal Yisrael. So that's something which will make you a bit sad, and that's part of the keeping with the spirit of Tisha B'Av, to be sad, the day of mourning. However, if a person learns Musar and he feels, well, he's been on the wrong road, this way and that way, so long, and now he sees in a sefer, it encourages him to get off his wrong path and to come back onto the main path. So that gives a person a bit of a joy. Person's, for example, driving his car and he realizes he's off the main road, right? So he gets himself back onto the main road. When he's finally back on the main road, he's very happy that he's back on the highway. He can go get to his destination. So likewise, Musar, a person many times will read Musar, learn Musar, and they'll be enlivened, they'll be encouraged and be happy about it, because he now knows what he has to work on to improve. And he's like resetting his compass, he's getting back on the road. So therefore, the person's approach to Musar is in that way, that'll be a little bit not in keeping with the spirit of Tisha B'Av. So when it comes to Musar, it's more or less really how a person's going to relate to the Musar that he's learning. So if you plan to learn something on Tisha B'Av and it's going to be Musar, try to pick something which is going to put you in a not so happy state of mind, because that's the point of being level of sorrowfulness, sorrowness, sadness on the day of Tisha B'Av. So until next time, you have a few days yet. Look around in the Sifri Musar if you want to learn Sifri Musar, and try and pick something which is going to be helpful in putting you in that mindset of sorrowful mourning. pray that Tisha B'Av will not be relevant and nogea this coming week. Hopefully we'll have a day of joy and laughter. Till the next time.
Amen.
Shalom.